What is up, everybody? Bootman here, and we're back with another Marvel Snap video. And in this video, I'm gonna show you 10 different decks that have already hit Infinite within the first week. Most of these decks, by the way, hit Infinite within the first day or two. So if you're still trying to achieve Infinite rank, all of these decks are proven. And that's just what I do here at my channel. All right, but before we jump into these decks, if you're new here, hi, my name is Chris. I also go by Bootman. If you love Marvel Snap as much as I do, especially the competitive aspect, hitting Infinite on the ladder, playing Conquest mode, make sure you subscribe, ring that notification bell, and we also have an awesome Discord community down in the description below, and make sure you're following me on Twitter at BootmanMSTZ. I do monthly season pass giveaways. I give away 3 every single month. Make sure you're subscribed, make sure you're following me on Twitter. All right, let's jump into this. So those of you who have been here for a minute, you know I do this every single month. So this is a document, every single season, I keep track of just decks that have hit Infinite. I love experimenting, trying new decks. I find these on Twitter a lot. There's an amazing Marvel Snap community on Twitter. People share their decks. Some people don't share their decks. They're just like, hey, I hit Infinite. Like, just share your deck. Here's my pro tip for everybody talking about hitting Infinite on social media. Share your deck. It's literally the next question. You don't want to reply to a million people asking you the deck. Just put it in the tweet, all right? So anyways, I will share this document down in the description below if you want to check it out. I have 13 on here, but I'm only doing 10 for the video, but you can check these out. I put like a little brief description on here of what they are too, if you want to take a look. All right, so let's jump into these things. So I'm just gonna kind of go over the deck real quick, give you my overall thoughts on it, and yeah. So obviously with the Daken being the season pass card, it being the first week, a lot of people are trying it. And me, I'm kind of like, I'm kind of so-so on the actual card. I thought it was gonna be a lot better. One of my favorite lists is on here though. So let me know your thoughts on Daken so far. Because when I did the season pass giveaway and asked people what card they're most excited for, a lot of people said this card, and I don't know if it's as great as we're thinking. So this first one is close to a just Darkhawk list. And something I always say is like, it's hard to gauge cards, or like when you're like looking at a card, like ask yourself like how good the card is, like separate from some of the top decks, right? Like Darkhawk has best been one of the top decks forever. So ask yourself like, how good is Daken? Like, did it really add something new to this list? Is this list as not as good without that card? You know, but if you just want like an easy way to like rank up, just like do this, toss them in Darkhawk. This does have Calling and Wing though, which I like. But yeah, pretty much a Darkhawk list. This is close to the list that I mainly use to hit Infinite this season. I might make a separate video on this. This is close to it, but I didn't use Daken. All right, so this is an interesting one. So this is Shuri Gwen, well, like Shuri Sauron, but it has Gwen in it as well, which is really interesting. I like this deck. I have yet to try it though, but Shuri Sauron is still a very, very good deck. And obviously you have 0 in here for, you know, some of your cards, like in case you don't draw like a turn 3 Sauron. But Ghost Spider is interesting. I've had some people just really catch me off guard with Ghost Spider, especially since they buffed her to a 1-drop. Like you could just, like, for example, you could drop Red Skull on turn 5, move it somewhere, you know what I mean? So that's really good, like if you're not able to draw armor, or for some reason you Sauron your armor or whatever. I don't know if I'm a fan of like armor in Sauron lists, but you know, whatever. But this is also cool too, you know, it's got vision, stuff like that. So very cool. Enchantress, it's interesting. I love Enchantress. You know I love me some Enchantress. I just don't know how good she is right now. Ongoing lists were popping off right before this season, but in the current meta, I don't know how beneficial Enchantress is like over like a Shang-Chi, you know what I mean? All right, next up from Tucker, we have some fellow creators on here, so make sure you check some of them out as well. So yeah, Tucker on here, the Wombo Combo, another Daken list. So this goes the Destroy route. And yeah, like, so I did a lot of Daken Destroy lists. So the last couple seasons, with Phoenix Force and Daken, I have not touched the season pass card until I hit Infinite. All right, so after I hit Infinite on the second, was it the second or third day, I started testing out a lot of Daken lists, a lot, but like understand like my style of play and like what decks I like and don't like playing. Like, I hate playing destroy decks. They just never work out for me the way they work out for other people. I know other people love them, but I tried a bunch of Daken destroy lists. I wasn't a fan, but Tucker managed to hit infinite on the first day with this list, if you want to give it a try. All right. So next one up comes from another fellow creator, Jolly Roger. So this is another Darkhawk type list. This is also very close to the list that I used. Very, very close. I don't believe I used, wait, is this the same list? I don't think I had armor in my list. I think I used something else. Don't think I had armor. So yeah, but yeah, I use something like this, like Darkhawk's just like still a G, all right? But you also have Captain Marvel in here, which is awesome. I'm so glad they buffed Captain Marvel. A lot of you have been asking me to like test out Magentris with a 4-drop Captain Marvel, and we'll see, because they also buffed Magic too. So it's like kind of perfect, but like the list I was running, it seems like it's like pretty close. Nah, it's not really pretty close to Magentris. It's more of like Darkhawk with Captain Marvel. But yeah, these are my favorite lists right now. They're awesome. So next up, this is from another creator, Combat Snap. Love the dude. He makes some great videos, has some cool decks that I love testing out. This one is, I don't know if it's the exact list. It might be, but there's a new creator who's kind of blowing up, mainly on Twitter. He's won some tournaments. Can't remember where he's from, but he's been making some cool lists, and this might be that one. If not, it's very close. But this is a fantastic list. Look at it. A lot of lists similar to this are really good, but yeah, you need Silk. Silk is a much better card now that people are figuring out what to do with her. There's a lot of really good lists. You've probably seen some other creators do like show like these little moves type decks, but this is a great list. Actually, I think the other creator, Owl Snap, he used Negasonic Teenage Warhead probably instead of Polaris, maybe, but these lists are very disruptive. But yeah, like Silk and Craven, people are kind of like figuring out what we could do with them, but especially with the Spider-Man buff, I love lists like this. And Magneto is a gangster as well. Okay, so another one. This is another one that has like some movement, but this is a very, very creative list. I've been meaning to check this list out right here. So you have Nebula, Mirage. Mirage, I'm assuming, is very, very replaceable in this deck. Like just you're something out, maybe even armor since you're like utilizing Shuri. You know what I mean? So if you don't have Mirage, do that. But yeah, this looks very interesting. Wave, I don't know. Like there's definitely been metas where like Wave is very, very good, but I don't know if this is the current one. Now, I did play against a couple people using Wave, and it was very frustrating because I, was playing decks where like you dump cards, but like, with Bounce not being as relevant as it was, well, like Bounce is still decent, just people stop playing it. I think Bounce is going to be another one of those decks where they nerf it, and then in a few months, people go like, whoa, Bounce is like still really good. Like, so yeah. There is a lot of destroy right now though. So you gotta make sure you're like managing priority and everything like that. But anyways, I don't know how good Wave is right now, but yeah, Shuri with like Captain Marvel or Vision, or even like Magneto, like very, very cool. So yeah, because Vision recently got a buff as well. I've been meaning to check this list out. All right, so next up, this one is kid named Julian. So this right here, everybody pay attention. Everybody look at me. This is my favorite Daken list right here. I was playing another Daken discard list, and Daken discard, I believe, is the way to go. I think that is the best way to go. That's what I personally like. I used a different list first, but then I started using this one. This one, when I saw it, I'm like, yeah, I think this will solve some problems the other one has. So anyways, what I really like about this is like you have Nakia in here, okay? So Nakia is gonna come in here, buffs your swarms, okay? So now you're having 0-5 swarms if you hit him with Colleen Wing. And then also Nakia is gonna buff Daken up to a, what is that, a 3-6? So now instead of a 3-8, he's gonna be a 3-12. So Nakia, great in discard list. The only card that I'm like on the fence about is Hell Cow. All right. Hell Cow might swap out with something else, but obviously, it's pretty decent. It discards 2 cards. But yeah, you have Morbius and Collector in here. Like Hell Cow, like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it'd be good to replace Hell Cow with like a Mystique to double Morbius or something like that. But I haven't tested it with any other cards yet. So Hellcow gets the job done. It's just there are definitely situations where you're just like, all right, let's see what Hellcow does. And he just gets rid of your Modoc. And you're just like, ugh, But anyways, this is my favorite Daken list so far. All right, so then we have a Tumor Control. This is a deck that I've been thinking about testing. If any of you watched my video yesterday, a lot of people are hating that list. You guys, watch that video from yesterday. If you want to just really, I don't know. I don't like doing it. I don't like being the person who rains on the parade of everybody trying new season pass cards, right? Like I don't like that, but like at some point when like 90% of what you're seeing is the same list, it's just and you don't want to play that, like play a list that counters it. So anyways, because yesterday's list was like an anti-destroy list. This seems a little bit similar. It's kind of like the Dracula Zoo, but it's not using Khazar. It's like a blend of Dracula Zoo with uh the deck we made discussed yesterday, the anti-destroy list. So this has like 0 in here for like a Tuma and Red Skull, but you also have armor where you can put a Tuma under armor. You can also put a Tuma down, then Professor X over it, kind of like the deck from yesterday. So yeah, this is very similar. It's like a blend. So this seems really, really interesting. And I would definitely be interested in trying this one out, especially with the current meta. You have Cosmo and Armor. So it's like doing the same thing. This might even be a better list. It doesn't have Storm though. It does not have Storm. Yeah, because I'm like thinking like, should you replace 0 with Storm? Like, but I guess 0's decent for, is it, yeah, Tuma and Red Skull, and then like maybe Destroyer. Yeah, I don't know. But I like having Storm in those lists. But then you don't have Jeff. I don't know. Just use this list. you change it so much that it would just end up being the list from yesterday. You know what I mean? All right. Next up, the 9th one. This list right here. I really, 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 really like this list. I like this list a lot. Okay. So I played around with this. So when I saw that they hit infinite with this and I saw Spider-Man 2099, I'm like, dope. Like, so Glenn Jones, he said on Twitter, somebody was asking him like, what are some like underrated cards or whatever? And he was talking, he mentioned a few, but he mentioned Spider-Man 2099. He was saying Spider-Man 2099's win rate is much higher than his play rate would reflect, all right? So people are barely playing Spider-Man 2099, but when he's played, the win rate is extremely high. So I was like, okay, I've been waiting for someone to put a deck like that on my radar. And this one popped up. I played around with it. Fantastic. So you have, we have like the Spider-Man in here, the newly buffed Spider-Man, but then like we only have Ghost Spider to enable Spider-Man 2099. So like I was actually asking them, I'm just like, how useful is Spider-Man 2099 with Ghost Spider being the only enabler? And it's like, yeah, you're not always like getting to utilize Spider-Man 2099, like his effect, but like at the end of the day, he's still a 4/6, right? Or if you have Zabu down, he's a 3/6. So like that's still a decent stat line, I guess. And if you're able to get his effect off, dope. Because yeah, I look at this and I'm just like, would this be good with like an Iron Fist or something like that? I don't know. Like the only thing I could even think of replacing is like maybe Magneto, but Magneto's he's a great card. There are so many 3 and 4 drops running around that like Magneto will just steal games for you. Like just yanking people out, especially if they're playing Storm 2, you just just pull them out of the lane. Like Magneto's a great card. So like, yeah, I don't know, but this deck just as is very, 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 very good. I enjoy playing this a lot. This is one that catches people off guard. So if you are somebody who really got into the Spider-Verse season. Oh, excuse me. And you got Silk and Spider-Man 2099. I recommend this. You'll have some fun. Then last up, we have this list from Nico. It is a Ronan list. I have yet to try this list, okay? So make sure you stay tuned. Those of you who don't know, Brad Safer and I, we have a podcast. Because I took some time off, we're a little bit behind on it, but it will be coming out very soon. We're actually recording today. But anyways, we're gonna be talking about Ronan because over the weekend, I saw Brad talking about this and I was like, yeah, I'm curious too. But we were looking for Ronan lists, Ronan Master Mold lists that didn't use Darkhawk, and every single one of them I tried sucked. Every single one. I tried so many, and they all sucked. I had people sharing with me, they sucked. They just were not good. The best scenario is that you do like a Ronan Darkhawk list and you have Mystique. So this list, I have yet to try it, but I'm pretty sure it's good. I don't know if you guys remember, but Darrow JN, he made a Ronan Darkhawk list back before Dr. Doom got nerfed. I don't know. It's like still pretty decent, I think. But yeah, like this is probably one of the best lists. I've yet to try it, but just looking at it, because you have Master Mold and Ronan, right? And then you also have, the Darkhawk package, and then Mystique can copy Ronan or Darkhawk in this list, okay? So yeah, this is interesting. It's running the newly buffed Absorbing Man as well. So yeah, like I wonder, man, this deck might get nuts. Like think about this. You have Iron Lad who might be like, just imagine like Iron Lad like copying like Rock Slide, and then you Rock Slide and then Absorbing Man. Like that's like an insane amount of rocks in the person's deck, or even just Korg multiple times, but yeah, I would definitely be interested in trying this list. This also uses Magneto, and like I don't know, I'll play around with it, but like I wonder if like Chavez is a better card in here, just so you like get your draws earlier and stuff like that. But yeah, like it seems pretty solid, and I'm definitely interested in testing this list out. All right, but anyways, those are 10 lists. Again, I have that whole document with all the decks listed out. There's a ton of them. If you're not on Twitter, I highly recommend you go over there. I'm trying to make the transfer over to Threads. I'm over on Threads with the same name, Bootman MSTZ, but like Threads isn't taking off. So anyways, Twitter's a great place to find a lot of decks. So make sure you're following me over there. I try to share them, especially at the start of the seasons. I try to just like sharing them as much as I see before I like make one of these videos. All right, but anyways, that's all I got for this video. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter if you want to be part of the monthly season pass giveaways, all right? Thanks so much for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one.